Hi, this is called Evangelist, and I would like to teach you the variation that we made using the tree called Monte effect. But instead of just using the three chords, we're going to use the full deck, okay? Because I would like to start clean and end clean. So in this effect, you need to have the following ready. So you need a pair. Okay, in this case, I will use the red jacks. And then you also need the ace of spades, the two of spades, and the three of spades. Now, this will depend on the gaff that you have. So in this case, I have the three of spades. Therefore, if it's the three of spades, I need the ace and the two and the three of spades. If it will be a clubs, I need the ace, the two, and the three. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now, the next is we're going to need the ace of hearts that will correspond to the gaff. Okay, if this will be an ace of diamond, you need to have the ace, the regular ace of diamond. So the only gaff that we have is the mispipped three of spades and the mispipped ace of hearts. So this is what we need. Now let's go on how to set up the deck. You need to place one of the red jacks, okay, face down, and place the ace of hearts face up, and then the rest of the deck, okay. Okay, so now you have the jack or a red jack and the face up ace of hearts and the rest of the deck, followed with the mispipped ace of hearts, the mispipped three of spades, and the other red jack. Then followed by the three spades, the regular three of spades, the two of spades, and the ace of spades. This is what you have to do to set up your deck. Okay, now let's go to the routine. Now, in the routine, you may or you may not shuffle the deck. But before you shuffle the deck, you have to stud deal the three chords from left to right. So it's the ace, the two, and the three. Now you can do a shuffle wherein the top pocket and the bottom pocket will not be disturbed. So I will do a overhand shuffle. As I will do an overhand shuffle, I will take a group of chords, okay, and then I'm going to slip it here, and then I'm going to take the rest of the chords, and then as I near the bottom pocket, I will place it. I will place this pocket down, and then take the bottom pocket and place it at the bottom of the deck. So I did not disturb the orientation of the cards. Okay, so I did not disturb it. It's still there. Now the next thing that you do, I'm just going to explain the routine, and then I'm going to just include the pattern as we go along. Now the pattern is that these three cards symbolizes man that have fallen short of the glory of God. Now, let's say that we are the ace. We want to go in the presence of God. So we have to do this, and we want to go at the center. But it's very hard to go at the center because it's so much problems. Now, what is the center? It is the center of God's will. Therefore, it is the presence of God. Now, as you are speaking, as you are talking, you need to buckle the top, the bottom two chords and pinky break above the ace of hearts. Now, as you're talking now, you say that, for example, we are the ace of spades, and we want to be free from from the worldly problems. Therefore, we want to have a changed life. Now, as you say that you uh, thumb break, and then you thumb break the deck, okay, just on top of the ace, and then do a swing cut, and then you take the ace of spades by scooping it with the top card. And as you scoop with the top card, you immediately have a pinky break above the two cards. So the ace of spades and the other red jack. Okay? And then you say that this ace of spades received Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. Therefore, he received the love of Jesus. And as you say that the love of Jesus, you load without losing the pinky break, you load the bottom cards from this pocket. And then as you say that, okay, as you say that it's changed because the love of Christ is in you, because you are now new creatures in Christ. Then you have to place the ace of hearts on the middle where the ace of spades were, and then you have to steal or load the pocket on top of the pinky break and make a cut. Okay, so what this does is you place the mispips or the gaff on top of the deck, while the ace of spades is second from the bottom, face up. Now, you need to justify these two cards to go back to the deck. You need to justify that, just as we have justified of placing the ace of spades. Okay? Now, you say that the 2 and the 3, they are the things that gives us problems. These are the obstacles wherein it's very hard to focus on the Lord. So what might this be? This might be our vices, the temptations that keep us falling. So you have to get rid of this. So, and as you say you have to get rid of this, you do a push. Okay, pushing two cards and having a pinky break. You take the 2 and the 3, and then you do this. So now you have 4 cards above the pinky break. Now you take the pocket and then flip the 3 of spades, and then place everything down, and then flip the 2 of spades. What this does is you place the 2 of spades and the mispip 3 of spades. So now you need to justify to remove this and place the ace on top of the deck. So how will we do this? You say this pattern. Now, as you could see that the ace of hearts is alone. The Lord have said, and ye shall be witnesses unto me. So we have to be witnesses of the goodness of God. So we have to go back to the world we live in. We have to go back to our families, to our friends, to our relatives, to our workplace, to our home, to the places that where we go, so that we have to testify about the goodness of God, to be witnesses unto Him. But we must not concentrate on the vices that this world brings. Therefore, we have to remove in our thoughts and in our minds the things that will bring us back to our old self. Therefore, we have to go back to the world, but not to be worldly, but go back to the world to be witnesses unto Christ Jesus. Now, that justified the bringing out of the 2 black cards. So what they thought is that this is the ordinary 3 of spades, but it's not. It's already the pipped mispipped. Okay, so it's a gaff deck. It's a gaff card. Now, you have to justify placing the ace of spades back down on the table. So how will you do that? By giving this pattern. Now, while we are in the world, we experience problems in life, and sometimes it brings us to our worldly self, the temptations, the problems. So therefore, you have to. So now we are being embraced by the temptation. Now make sure that it will not flash like what I have done. Okay. Now what did I do? I second deal. Okay, so this is the ace and this is the mispip ace. I second deal. So you just push one card and then do the second deal. Okay, and then place it there. So that's the second deal. Now, as if you want to learn more about the second deal, go back to our lessons and then learn more about the second deal. Now, you have to place the deck on your right corner, at the bottom right corner of the table. Why? Because it will justify some of the moves that we're going to do. Now you take the cards either with the right or with the left, but in this case I will take it with my left hand and show that the ace of spades, ace of hearts, is sandwiched between the two black cards. Now I will take the cards with my right hand and reskill the three of spades to hide the mispip. Okay, reskill, and then the ace, and then the two. So the next thing that you have to do is you have to mix or change the position of the cards. So they will follow the ace. Tell them to follow the ace. Now you do this one and you do this twice. So what you did is this is the 2, this is the mispip 3, and the mispip ace. So as you're in this position, this is the center of God's will. So this is the ace. Satan, the devil, is going to give you problems, persecutions, and give you the world storms in your life so that you will not focus on the Lord. So you briefly show by pinching the bottom left corner to show that is the ace of hearts, hiding this pip, okay, the mispip, and then bring it down. As you bring it down, you do the same with the left hand on the 2, showing it like this, and then as you bring it down, take note of the rhythm. So that's how we justify the things that we do. So you need to do this 1, 2, and 3. So you flash it like that, but not too fast and not too slow. So this is, let's go to the normal speed. You say the ace, the 2, and the 3, and then after that you have to pick up the cards from the right to the left. So the ace, remember, ace, 3, and 2. Remember that, ace, 3, and 2. Ace, 3, and 2. Okay, and then you have to take it with the right hand in middle fashion and do this. Place your left hand, and then what this does is you have placed the mispip above. So this is now the normal. Okay, this is the mispip. Okay, so as you spread, okay, as you spread, the mispip is going to show. Okay, now as you do this, you have to bring it down like this. Be careful not to do that. Okay, it's a dead giveaway. So you have to place the 3 on the left side by doing so, like this, pinching the the left bottom corner, and then showing the ace, and then showing the 2. So the reason why we place the ace is that we have to tell them that we need to focus on God. We need to be at the center of His will, to be in the presence of God. But the devil does not want that. He wants to remove you from the presence of God and towards the things that he wants to do. So he will give you problems, he's going to give you persecutions, give you the worst storm in your life. But if you will focus on the Lord, the author and finisher of our faith, God is going to bless you with His presence, and He will bring you to the place wherein there is peace, joy, and comfort, so that His love will be made manifest in your life. And as you say that, you pinch again the lowest left corner, and then show that is the 3, that not the ace, and then show the center, it's the ace. Okay, and then instead of taking from the right to the left, you take from the center. Remember the ace, 3, and 2. So ace, 3, and 2, and then you need to do this again, and then do this. Okay, reversing the deck, and then another one to bring it back into position. Now in this, you need not bring it down. All you have to do is to do this. Okay, so you can flash, you can show the face to them, and then spread just slightly, because once you spread too much, that will show. Again, it's a dead giveaway. So what you have to do is you have to hold it with your left hand instead of the right hand, and you're going to slide. Okay, the 3, the ace, and the 2. Again, the pattern is that you have to be in the presence of God, to be the center of His will. But the devil does not want that. He wants to remove you from His presence, from the presence of God, away from the will of God, the center of His will. Now He's going to give you problems, persecutions, storms in your life. Now instead of picking it here, the mispip is no longer here, it's here. Therefore you have to say this: whatever the devil is doing in your life, God is going to lead us to the path of victory and good success. He will place us in a position wherein we are at the center of God's will, in His presence. So you have to do that. You have to pinch the top right corner and show, and then do the same with this, and then with that. You see the rhythm? So 1, 2, 3. Then now the next ace, 3, and 2. Now do the same. Okay, reverse, and then reverse again, going back to the same orientation. Now what this does is the regular is already on top, so the mispip is at the bottom. Therefore what you need to do is to do this. You have to flip it and do that. Okay, do not reveal too much. Okay, again, it's a dead giveaway. Okay, so you do that, and then the reason why the deck is here is you're going to take the 3 and then do this and place the deck where the ace is supposed to go. So you show this, and then you do that. So what's the ace? The mispip ace is here, the 2 is here. So the mispip is on top. Okay, so you need to do this, that we uh, we no longer have to place it here because we're going to take the ace away from the presence of God and give so that he will no longer experience the love of God. So now, as you do this, you transfer. So the misfit 3 is here, and then as you keep on patterning, place back again. So and then you do this, you cross the hands. Okay, and as you cross the hands like this, okay, I'm going to show it to you close up. You have to do this. Okay, you have to place your forefinger at the back. Okay, sandwiching it between your forefinger and the middle finger, and then you have to do this flourish. Okay, and then you say, where's the ace? Is it here? Sorry, it's not. Is it here? The same thing. So as you flip it, it hides the corner again. From here to there, it hides the corner. Okay, so it's a flourishing thing. So when you do that, you have to hide the ace, place it on your left side, hiding the ace, and then you take the deck, and then you have to deal second deal. So you say that because you are always in the center of God's will, focusing on the Lord, the devil cannot take you away from the presence of God. So second deal again. So how did I do it? The second deal. Second stud deal. Okay, so that's the stud deal. So this is the second deal. This is the second stud deal. Okay. Okay, now you need to justify again to bring this 3 and 2 of spades back, because you cannot reveal this, you cannot hand this down because there's the misfit. So whatever things that the devil is going to do in your life, as long as you focus on the Lord, as long as you are the center of God's will, now you have to do this, the second deal. The second deal, the stud deal, and the stud second deal. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Before we do that, I'm sorry. Before we do that, okay, you need to slip cut the ace. So you need to slip cut the ace, so that this is now the 3 of spades. Afterwards, you do this, and then you do that. So you need to be at the center of God's will. So stud deal, okay, stud deal here, and second stud deal here. You see the sequence? Okay, the reason why we do that, so that there will be a big motion to hide a small motion. So 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, now you say that as long as you are the center of God's will, Satan cannot affect you. Now you have to spread from left to right. Okay, be careful not to spread too much, so that the 3 and the will not show, and not spread early, so that the 3 will not show. So you need to control your spread. That's the reason why you had your GM 101. Now, this is the conclusion. As long as you focus on the Lord, no matter what the devil will do, God will always be with you. He will always protect you. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He will never fail you. As long as you put your trust in the Lord, trust and obey His word, and you will be victorious in accordance to God's glory. So that's the routine that I have made with the 3 called Monte. This is about 5 to 6 minutes routine. depending on your pattern, depending on your audience, depending on how you try to tell the story. Okay, so in my experience, I can do this for between 5 to 7 minutes, because it's on that time that you can explain the message. If you want to have it longer, uh, probably the audience will be looking for something else, will not be listening, because you need to give them the expectation. So not too much butter and not less butter. It must be just enough that you could explain the goodness of God while doing while doing the effects, because they need to see your hands moving. They need to see you, not only you talking, but you also moving. Okay? So practice and practice and practice. Just as I am practicing right now, practicing not only my slides but also my English. Okay, so that's about it. Okay, so good night from the Philippines, and God bless. Shalom, shalom, shalom.